Okay, so Miley Cyrus just gave an interview where she didn't name Meghan Markle, but honestly, she might as well have. Because everything she said felt like it was aimed directly at the Duchess of Sussex. And it got brutal. Let me explain what happened and why the internet is going crazy over this. Look, I'm not here to bash anyone, but when a global superstar like Miley Cyrus starts talking about curated authenticity and cutting off family members, well, the internet immediately thought of one person. And I think you know who. So today we're breaking down 3 moments from Miley's recent interview that had everyone saying, wait, is she talking about Meghan? Stick around because the third one is the most savage. But first, smash that like button and let's get into it. Alright, so moment number 1, Miley gets asked about authenticity, right? Simple question. But her answer was absolutely perfect. She said, and I quote, "Curated authenticity is so icky to me. Anyone explaining why they are authentic, it's just not my thing. I'd rather just be honest when I show up." Now why does this matter? Because Miley's saying something we've all been thinking. If you have to constantly tell people you're authentic, are you really? It's like when someone keeps saying I'm a nice person, it makes you wonder if they actually are. And here's the thing about Miley. She's been famous since she was 13 years old? Hannah Montana. The Disney darling. Then she shocked everyone with her transformation. Controversial music videos, public breakups, struggles with addiction, the whole 9 yards. But through all of that chaos, she never once sat down and said, "Let me tell you how authentic I am." She just lived her life. Made mistakes, owned them, moved on. That's real authenticity. Now compare that to Meghan. And I'm not hating, I'm just stating facts here. How many times have we heard Meghan use the word authentic? There are literally supercut videos of her saying it. "I'm just being my authentic self, this is authentic to who I am." Authentically speaking. It's almost like she's trying to convince us, or maybe convince herself. Miley's point is simple. Real authenticity doesn't need a press release. You either are or you aren't. Actions speak louder than words. So ask yourself, would you trust someone more who shows you who they are? Or someone who keeps telling you who they are? Drop your answer in the comments because I'm genuinely curious what you think about this. And hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown, do me a favor and subscribe. We're diving deep into celebrity drama, royalty, all of it. Plus you'll want to catch the next point because it gets even more interesting, trust me on this one. Moment number 2, and this one hit different. The interviewer asks Miley about her relationship with her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus. Now for context, Miley and her dad went through a rough patch. Her parents divorced, there was tension, drama, typical family stuff, but amplified because they're celebrities. You know how it goes in the public eye, everything gets magnified. But listen to what Miley says about it now. She explains how she took on her mom's pain as her own. She stayed angry for her mom. She cut ties with her dad because of how hurt her mom was. But then she grew up. She went to therapy. She did the self-reflection work. And she realized her dad is just a human being who deserves happiness too. She said, and this quote really stuck with me, "My adult self has caught up. My child self has caught up." Yes, that's your dad, but that's just another person that deserves to be in his bliss and to be happy. Boom. That right there, that's maturity. That's therapy. That's self-reflection. That's doing the hard work on yourself. And I'm sitting here thinking, where's that energy from Meghan? Because let's talk about Thomas Markle for a second. Meghan's dad, the man who literally raised her, worked in Hollywood as a lighting director to give her a good life, paid for her education, supported her dreams. And yeah, he messed up. He staged those paparazzi photos before the wedding. Not great, Tom. Terrible decision, actually. But you know what else happened? He had a heart attack right before the wedding and couldn't attend. The man had a medical emergency. And since then, nothing. No contact. Even when he ended up in the hospital recently, seriously ill, actually had his leg amputated, we heard crickets from Meghan. Complete silence. Now look, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Maybe there's stuff we don't know. There's always more to the story. But from the outside looking in, it's giving unforgiving. It's giving holding a grudge forever. It's giving I'll never let this go. Miley chose to reconcile. She chose growth. She chose to see her parent as a flawed human being, not a perfect hero. And that takes courage. That takes real emotional work. So I have to wonder, will Meghan ever get there? Will she ever look back and think, you know what, my dad made mistakes but I could have handled it differently too?